In my mind, I think when you're a human doctor, you can talk to people. You can listen to their ailments and you can protect them. Whereas with animals, you don't know their ailments. And you are the only one between their sickness and their health. So it's up to you to make sure you're doing everything right.
It's really important that products that go to the marketplace in the United States and are intended for use in the national herd are free of agents that could cause disease. And I'm thinking things like foot and mouth disease, or classical swine fever, or African swine fever, or some of those transboundary diseases that would be so devastating to producers in general. So it's important on a whole lot of different levels.
The neat thing about CVB is that our mission is clear. We are here to make sure that veterinary biologics that are available for sale and distribution in the United States are pure, safe, potent, and effective. So every day I know why I'm coming to work. It's to make sure that I'm protecting the animals in the United States.
Majority of the industries, they also want to put out a good product. They depend upon us to guide them in the right direction. And it's our job to ensure we take them in the right path.
It's unique with CVB. Not only do we have a laboratory, but we also have more of the administrative, the review and inspection and compliance side, that if somebody's interested in worlds other than the laboratory, there is a world right there that not only will keep them in touch with the laboratory, but also provide different opportunities for being part of the veterinary biologics process.
I get to be the first person to see the different protocols and see the expanding science. And then we can take that and try to expand it in our own laboratory. And so we have to keep up and make sure that we are staying on top of it, that our firms are able to do what they need to do. We support them and they support us. It's a really unique relationship that we have.
I like the science. Don't get me wrong. I like the science, but that is not the end all to be all, because what's fun about the science is how you get to use the science, use the regulations, and be innovative in how we're looking at how the firms are intending to be in compliance. That problem solving is exciting. That innovation of what you get to see, and we're innovating every day. I'm not the same person I was 30 years ago. It's very exciting to be able to collaborate like that with others.
It's a very open forum. We're kind of living on that cutting edge between basic research and commercialization. So the answers aren't written someplace all the time in a book. They really require some collective thought processes of the people that work here. What's the best way to attack that problem and come up with a workable solution?
As a reviewer, every day you're learning. As a section leader, every day you're learning. As a director, every day they're learning. So drawing in all that experience to formulate a response is always fun. And not only do the reviewers work with other reviewers, they work with statisticians, they work with the lab, and everybody draws everybody in. And that's the beauty of CVP work.
It's been an incredible opportunity to be able to come to a place, be able to use my PhD and my veterinary degree to really impact the science and the veterinary community. So one of my career goals was always to be a liaison, and that's exactly what I get to do every day, is just be that intermediary between scientists, veterinarians, and then our stakeholders. It's an incredibly rewarding opportunity.
When you work for the government is funded by taxpayers' money, and you are a taxpayer. The better job you do, it's better for the country. So you're looking at not dollars, like in a private industry, you're looking at the more I do, the better it is for me and for everybody around me. I'm always excited to get up and come to work.
I'm working for the people because the United States Department of Agriculture is the people's department. So it's been very enriching in my life. It's a vocation, not just a job.
You have the capability, working at CVB, to make a national impact. Not only a national impact, but a global impact. And I think we sometimes don't really see that in the day-to-day work, but I think every once in a while it gets pointed out to you just how huge a difference you made. And if you want to feel good about what you've done, look back at something like that and realize that you had that impact that actually changed somebody's life.
At certain stage in life, you want to look at the overall picture. For me, it wasn't just the finances, it was also work-life balance. The government, when it comes to work-life balance, it's the greatest place to work.
I think especially for the next generation of workers, there's a certain style, certain expectation that there's a lot of freedom in the workplaces. And I think CVB is one of those workplaces which allows freedom to design what the workplace looks like in the future.
You get to kind of be your own individual person and grow at the rate you need to. You're supported by that with continuous education. You can go to seminars, trainings, those sorts of things. But I have that freedom to really be creative and do what I need to do to expand the science and just accomplish our overall mission for the greater good of animals.
What we're looking for when we're looking at employees are people that are basically at their heart curious. People who have an attention to detail, who are curious to ask the questions, who are knowledgeable enough to ask the right questions, and are really good problem solvers, how to work through issues with manufacturers, because not all studies are the same, not all products are the same, not all intended uses for those products are the same. So we cover everything from poultry medicine to large animal medicine, companion animal medicine, people who are interested in equine, people who are interested in alligators and zoo animals and those types of things. So it really covers the waterfront in terms of product portfolio, but really it's having the right skill set and being curious enough to ask the right questions.
Many of our support staff are purely administrative, so they may not come to the center with a scientific background, but they certainly leave here with all the scientific knowledge and a better understanding of what we regulate and how we regulate.
I get joy from working at CVB, obviously, because I've worked here for 20 years, and so if I wasn't getting something out of it, I wouldn't still be here. And what I like about it is that it is something new every day. The firms are coming up with new technologies and new products all the time, and we are able to be a part of that process through regulating those products. It's very rewarding.
I don't think I want to retire because, I'm doing what I like to do, and there's flexibility enough. So if I want to do something else in between, I can do a little bit of that too.
I get excited so much of working in the laboratory, and mostly it's because I learn something every day. I am challenged every day, and I love to be challenged in that positive way of just, it makes my mind grow. And I have to come up with unique ways to work with people, to work with different cell lines, different bacteria, different technologies. I mean, I'm always learning, and I never get bored, ever.
There's always something new. And there's always new technology, there's always new science, there's always new stuff to learn, there's always new challenges to overcome. And so at its heart, that's what I find exciting, is the constant variety and the big impact that it has. And so it's easy to get up in the morning and come to work here.
When I leave, I'm going to leave it better off than I found it. And that was pretty darn good. So that's the exciting part about it, because I know who we've hired, I know what we're teaching them, and I know their passion is going to come through, and it's a great team to be on.
I am more and more excited for the future of CVB, and I can only see it flourishing better than what it was when I joined. And I have seen so much change since I came. All the new people who have come, they have brought in new technologies, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited for CVB. We're heading in a really good direction.